Hello, my name is Murtaza Ali, and this is my video for Project Zero NBody Gold Points. Just as a refresher, if I go to the terminal and I run uh, the original NBody project, the NBody file, what you get is these four planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, rotating around the Sun. So I will show the difference I made, or the changes I made right here. If you now run Java NBody Extreme with the exact same parameters, you'll notice that you get a little spaceship in the corner. And what you can do with this little spaceship is you can control it with the arrow keys, and your goal is to move it around without bumping in, explosion, and game over. If you bump into a planet, the game ends because you explode and your spaceship is tiny. Another thing that you don't want to do is go off screen. So if you go off screen, again, the basic idea is your game is over. But another feature that I added, other than just being able to move this spaceship with the arrow keys, that makes it a little more interesting, is that you'll notice that right now I'm not using the arrow keys at all, and the spaceship is still moving. That's because it's subject to the gravity of the different planets and the different bodies in this simulation. So that makes the game a little more interesting because you're basically being dragged in towards the different planets while you're trying to avoid them. And you're sometimes being pushed off screen if the physics work out in that way. So you're essentially, the game is working against you, so you have to try harder not to lose. One other thing I'll mention is that you can go into where the spaceship object is first initialized in the code, which I will do in a second, but I won't show any code. And then you can change the mass of the spaceship. So right now it's on the order of 10 to the 24th, which is comparable to the mass of the different planets. And I did that so there aren't too many erratic movements and the game makes a little more sense. But if I pause the video for a second. Okay, so I just went and I changed the mass of the spaceship to be 100, which is significantly less than that of the planets, and I'll recompile. And once I recompile and run it one more time, it doesn't look too different, but if you play the game, you'll see that it's a little bit harder to control the spaceship because it's being moved around and pulled a little more strongly in different directions since its mass is now less. It's not like the biggest thing in the world because my intention in this game was just to make a fun game that people could play. And I do hope that the 61B staff tries the game out, whether or not I get the gold points. So thank you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.